Would you like to do the honors?
Welcome to our first podcast. This is Big Eye Rewind. I'm Jane the Brain, and I'm joined by
Ash Maker, welcome.
Today we're going to talk about our love of film and hopefully the future of this podcast. And this is the last episode.
One of many.
So, what do you love about film?
Well, I mean, I enjoy how, fun they are. And of course, I really like what movies can do for people, like it can change your perspective. It can take you just on a ride to a fun world. Like there's so many things that movies can do, like how they can influence people and myself to want to pursue something like this. So yeah. So what about you?
That's interesting. I don't know. I don't necessarily think of movies as fun. If you like reading books, which I also like reading books, then I guess movies could be considered fun, but I think of it more like that. It's a language, and it's a teacher, and it's just jam-packed full of a lot to like. I do like how it can take you on a ride and an adventure, and there is a weird educational side, I suppose, to it, but that, I don't know. I guess I don't think about that.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoy the fact that, regardless of what movie you're watching, it's always going to put you in a sort of, mind space and get you to think differently. Even, if you watch a bad movie, then you're like, okay, this is what I didn't like about it, and now you have more information to, shape what you do like.
Well, maybe I'm too emotional then, because when I see a bad movie, it angers me to the core, but I think there's something powerful in being able to move me so deeply that I genuinely want to burn this thing down.
Mm-hmm.
Although the good ones make me want to, fly. I do love a good movie. Or in truer fashion, watch it again on repeat 75 times.
I've never been one to rewatch movies a lot. But I suppose more recently, since we're doing this podcast now and I've been rewatching a few movies to get prepared for it, there's something to be said about the rewatchability of a movie,
I kind of feel like if a movie can't be rewatched, I mean, there's something to say about a movie that can really impact you the first time and kind of sticks with you. If you can't rewatch a movie, I almost think it's not really a movie. It's almost not worthwhile. It's kind of like riding a roller coaster when you don't like roller coasters, where it's ooh, that was thrilling. It's cool, you want to do it again? Absolutely not. Never.
I think I don't like rewatching movies. I don't know. Just because I feel like I got what I needed out of it the first time. So if I go and rewatch it, I'm okay, this is what's going to happen. These are the beats. I don't need to rewatch. I got the experience out of it. Even if I really liked it, I got the experience the first time,
That's so strange. Are you also not a rereader of books? Do you like reading?
I love reading, but not rereader of books for sure. Well, I suppose if it's been a really long time, then I'm yeah, for old time's sake, let's reread this.
See, I don't know, because sometimes with a movie, a long time is I haven't seen this in a month. I haven't seen this in a couple of months. And other ones it can be yeah, that I can go 20 years before I watch that again. I mean, it was a good film, but it was very sad or very romantic or very something. So I'm good. I've seen the Notebook. I'll watch it again in 15 years. I'm good.
Yeah, I think partly is because even if it's been a long time, I'll start watching the movie and it puts me back into that mind space. And because I already know what's going to happen, I'm well, why am I rewatching this when I could just, I don't know, be watching another movie that? Even though I do enjoy this, but there's just so many out there, it kind of feels like I'm wasting my time in a way.
Okay, I can absolutely understand that. But there's something about endlessly scrolling on any platform for something good to watch and then being well, I don't know if this is good to watch because I haven't seen it before.
And you don't want to make that commitment.
Exactly. And I'm I just want to see something good that I know is going to be good. And I know blank is going to, something I've seen before and I already like is going to be good. So I'd watch that sometimes over something new a lot of the time. I don't think I'm alone in this.
No, I think honestly, we're just two sides of a coin right now, because I feel like a lot of people are going to be like me, where they're like, I've seen it. What else is there? You know?
Yeah, and I definitely feel like there's a number of people who are like, oh, I could watch that a million times, and I have, and I will watch it until I learn every line, and then I'll probably watch it a couple more times after that, just for good measure.
Mm-hmm. But like I said, more recently, I have been like enjoying rewatching movies, because now I'm like, oh, how did they do this? And like on the rewatch, I'm like, oh, okay, so this is probably how they did it, or like, why do I enjoy the characters in this movie so much more than the other one? You know, and it just helps me kind of understand movies as a whole better.
I guess that's fair. I mean, like, I also grew up rewatching a lot of films, you know, like if you grew up old school with like HBO or any of the movie channels or any like cable channels, they'd only have access to a certain amount of movies for a certain length of time. And so you'd end up inevitably watching The Knight's Tale like 75 times, or like Stuart Little a million times, because, you know, Disney Channel had it for the month of November in, you know, 1999 or something like that. Oh, I'm dating myself. Lovely. And so like you would watch it for the amount of time, because they would just bomb it on there. It would just be on all the time. And you're like, might as well. It's better than like switching through a bunch of commercials, or it's like the middle of the day, so there's nothing else on, or... So, I mean, it made it easy to rewatch movies, and I grew up rewatching. And then, you know, you'd only have a certain amount on like VHS or DVD if you were lucky enough. And so you'd end up watching those ones.
Yeah, well, which is partly why I don't like rewatching, because I remember when I was younger, we didn't have like internet or cable or anything, so like we had like DVDs and we would always be watching movies. And I have a lot of siblings, so my younger sister loved watching Pitch Perfect, and Pitch Perfect and Frozen were the two that were just on replay, on loop for weeks and months on end, probably years on end, I'm not even gonna lie. So yeah, it kind of burnt me out on like rewatching a movie.
My brother's cool now, so I will not tell you what I grew up watching, because he had worse taste than that. But he did like musicals when we were a kid, and they were not fun musicals. They also weren't Disney musicals. God, I wish they were Disney musicals.
Don't get me wrong, I like Pitch Perfect. Like it was fun. It was a fun movie, but not when you watch it every day. It like I knew the dialogue at that point. I knew the songs, you know, like it wasn't good.
My brother was the one where it was like, we're only going to watch these two movies ad nauseum. And it's only recently that I went back and watched one of them and was like, oh, it's not bad. But it's also been like 20 years since I've had to hear that like every single day. And then some sadist bought him the soundtrack, like for the car and stuff. And he'd be like, oh, throw it on in the car. And I'm like, I don't know who bought this for you as a gift, but Dante has a circle made for you, ma'am. Yeah, so no, I kind of understand what you'd mean there. I was definitely like okay, cool, we watch this today and then we'll watch it again tomorrow and then we'll watch it again the next day. But it wasn't necessarily all the time on repeat. Although, yes, I do know what you're talking about, because if my brother had his way, there was only two movies he wanted to see.
When you rewatched that movie that you were talking about recently, was it like for nostalgic purposes, or what was it for? Why?
It's a musical, and there's a specific song in there that I really like, but I couldn't remember it in context. Like, I remember it out of context, like I just remember the song, but I'm like, why the hell were they singing this?
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, so I had to go back and put it in context and be like, oh, this is the part of the movie that blah, blah, blah. And that's why they sang it. Okay, that makes sense. Also, to kind of put it in there, because it was just kind of floating around in my brain as this like giant show tune song. And I'm like, this is from something.
You wanted to pinpoint it.
Yeah, and then I like pinpointed it, and I'm like, I think it's from there. And I'm like, why would it be in there? It's not, and it's also not one of the big songs from there. Like, if I told you what it was, there's like immediate songs that would come to you and be like, you know, like if you said Aladdin, immediately a whole new world is going to come to you, but you might forget the opening song. I wish I actually knew it.
I haven't watched Aladdin since I was a baby. So.
It's the song from The Marketplace where like the guy with the intro, the Robin Williams salesman character is like, look, I have a lamp and stuff. And then it's the Arabian Nights.
Oh. Okay.
It opens with Arabian Nights, yeah. And I'm like, oh, I remember why I don't remember it. And thank goodness I don't know all the lyrics to it, because it doesn't age well.
In what way? Is it like racist?
Yeah, a little bit. They throw some like references to Middle Eastern like culture and religion in there in kind of like a joking, insensitive way.
I come from a land, from a faraway place where the caravan camels roam, where they cut off your ear if they don't like your face. It's barbaric, but hey, it's home.
So it's like trying to make jokes, but they're just not landing.
Exactly. Yeah. It's kind of like I know that there's a couple lines in like the old Beauty and the Beast, the animated one, that he was like sacre bleu.
Sacre bleu!
And it's like, that is an insult beyond insults. In France, they would never say that. Like, it's an insult to their religion. They would never say that. It's stuff like that they have in Aladdin.
Okay.
Where it's like, that's really culturally insensitive. I can't believe you put that in there in a children's song. So it's stuff like that. So maybe that's why I don't know the lyrics. But also, it's 'cause it's not one of the big songs.
Right.
What is your favorite era of movies? Is it the movies you grew up with? Are you looking more like modern movies or?
Oh, that's a tough question. I suppose it should be like what I kind of grew up watching, but then I kind of stopped watching movies altogether, you know, as I was getting older. So, but there's been a lot of like really good modern movies, so I can't really say what era I like the most.
It's so funny. I'm such a hater of modern movies. I'm trying.
Trust me, there's plenty of bad ones, but there are some like gems in there.
I appreciate the like resurgence in good horror, but for a lot of the regular movies, I feel like we're missing genres from back in the day, like
what?
Like drama and romance.
True. Every time
and
I see
comedy.
Yeah, I feel like comedy kind of stopped being as big, like in 2010-ish, like with all the Billy Madison productions and stuff. I haven't really seen too many big comedies after that.
Yeah, like there's not really a lot of big comedies anymore. Like the romances are really like weird and indie and very realistic and stuff.
Yeah,
and,
all the
like,
big ones are from like
back in the day,
back in the day.
And so it's just like, it's that. And then a lot of the dramas, yet again, it's like they're very indie and realistic and close to home, but they're not these like big, epic, like almost Shakespearean style dramas that I kind of grew up with. And I mean, like they even predated me. I mean, they were a staple of film all the way, I would say almost till like the 2000s or so. It feels like that's when they kind of started dying.
I feel like more recently, Hollywood in general has been like on an action kick. You know, that's
we've got
big.
Like actions. We've got some thrillers and mysteries. We've got a lot of good horror, but it's like all these other genres just kind of went away.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, and so I think that might be why I don't really appreciate modern movies. Feels like we're getting cheated. But what about you? What genres draw your attention, especially in modern?
Well, I mean, I would say that I really enjoy comedies, but like I said, I haven't seen too many big ones. But I've been liking the movies that like have a very big scope, like they're universal or like they explore something deeper, like consciousness or, you know, just those big grandiose subjects. That's what like really draws me in.
Yeah, those are called art house films. They're super unapproachable. Yeah, I'm like, wait until you actually get into that genre and we'll see if you still have the same opinion.
Well, from the ones that I've watched, I really enjoy, I think like a good example is Everything Everywhere All at Once. That one was like you know, literally everything. It's about the universe and it was funny.
Yeah, but like I think that there's this trend with modern, I mean, you can see it with Ari Aster. You can see it with Roger Ebert. You can see it with stuff like Everything Everywhere. For art house, which used to be a very unapproachable genre and very like highbrow and stuff to kind of seep its way into basic films. And on some level, you know, it invites more people into these other kinds of films and stuff like that. And that's cool. But I also think art house is really like a not well-loved genre by people that aren't real like cinema buffs. Like, they're important films, and they're artsy, and they're deep, and stuff like that, but they're also really unapproachable. A lot of the times, the pacing is really slow. They're old. So, and I can see stuff like that, because, I mean, Everything Everywhere was big when it came out. The actors got big opportunities when it came out, all this, that, and the other, and I mean, it's only a couple years later, and dead.
Yeah, okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah, like, you don't hear about really the directors anymore. You don't hear about the main stars other than Michelle Yeoh. She got a lot of really good work out of that. And same with Jamie Lee Curtis, got a lot of really good work out of that. Although I don't think she really needed it.
So you don't think they're getting as much love as they should be, or?
I just think it was like really good marketing for the time. I'm glad that they can still make that splash, but a lot of them are kind of reminding me of like Barbie and Oppenheimer and stuff like that, where they made the splash for their time, and now it's like, and now they go away. Now they go.
But is that because they're not, like, they don't have staying power, or is it just because like we are getting so many movies at the same time?
I don't know. I'd love to say like, oh, it's because there's so many movies, except like there really aren't that many movies that we're getting. Notable ones, ones of that caliber, ones that make that kind of splash. We don't get that many of those kind of movies, really. But I really think it is because they just don't have that staying power. Also, they're freaking long.
Yeah,
they're so long. You know, like, who has 3 hours to like watch? Because even if you like that, that's when I understand you're not wanting to rewatch stuff. However, I can't tell you how many times I've seen The Lord of the Ring, the extended ones, and I mean, that's like freaking like 12 hours of watching.
The definition of long, like, yeah.
Yeah, and it's so good. It's so good, and I would totally watch it again. I've watched the Harry Potter series more than once. I'm like, I love it. I've watched the Boys series multiple times. Each episode is like an hour, and I would totally watch the whole series again now. So I'm like, it's not really the time. It's the it's the staying ability. It's the staying ability, because how relevant is like something like Breaking Bad still?
Oh, but it's still like memes, and it's still in, you know, the cultural.
You know what I mean? And that's like 20 years old, or like some of the old, like Phineas and Ferb, or things like that, like kid shows that it's like that hasn't been made in years. People still love that. You can still reference it. SpongeBob. You can still reference like the old episodes of SpongeBob. Everybody knows what you're talking about. So it's just like, no, sorry, Barbie, you just didn't have staying power.
But I mean, that could still be like the same reason. Like, maybe those shows got as popular as they did because there wasn't as much stuff being made. You know what I mean? So like,
no, there was way more stuff being made. You have no idea. You just don't know what it was because it didn't stay.
Fair.
Yeah. And I'm like, you think that Breaking Bad was the only show on TV in the 2010s and it had no competition? No, you're super wrong. It wasn't even the most popular show when it first came on. It didn't hit full popularity. It gained popularity through its seasons. So, no, there were more popular shows than it. Like, don't know nearly as well now.
But I feel like, I don't know, because, for example, Everything Everywhere All at Once, I thought that was like one of like the best movies I've seen in a long time. And you're right, it didn't like really last long. But is that because people don't like that kind of movie? Or I feel like that should have had staying power. Like, it was impressive.
What's interesting, and I think I have a little bit more staying power because people don't expect good things from horror, would be things like Midsommar and Hereditary. They stuck around a little bit more because I think they're in a unique genre. But you still don't really hear as much about them. And I get that that's because it's getting old. However, I can say something like, oh, have you seen Halloween? Oh, have you seen Friday the 13th? Oh, have you seen Nightmare on Elm Street? Those are like 20, 30 years old, and you know what the hell I'm talking about. People still watch those. Those are still staples. You still should watch those. So, fucking no. Like, make better movies, modern America.
Yeah, that might just be the issue then.
Yeah, I'm like, a lot of these still have those staying power. Like, Fight Club still has that staying power. A lot of these still have that staying power. These just don't. You know, they came out quick. They were shot quick. They were a big. And they're flashy. They just are a big kind of flash in the pan. And part of it is because they're like long and unapproachable, and like sitting down and watching Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's good. It's emotional. It's interesting. But I'd probably still rather pop in Jurassic Park on like a random night.
Really?
Yeah, it's fun, it's an adventure, it's got the soundtrack, you know, it leaves you with this feel-good thing. And there's this like overcomplicated mother-daughter relationship in the middle, which I mean is interesting. And they do try and gloss over as much as they can with like action sequences and really amazing editing and stuff like that. But at the heart of that story is like a problemed family. And yet again, that has that sense of that like too close to reality, indie, kind of basic story that we love nowadays. But also look at something like Jurassic Park, where we're really more talking about like humans' impact on nature and like what our limitations on science should be. I don't have to think super deep about me and my mom's relationship or anything like that. I don't have to confront things in my life. I can just think of humans and the impact on the environment. If I even want to think, it's super easy to just turn off your brain, just listen to the John Williams score and go with the dinosaurs.
I think there's a lot to be said about like the music
So
as well,
good.
because I can't really think of the soundtrack for Everything Everywhere All at Once, but I am immediately like, "Da-na-na-na," when you say Jurassic Park, you know what I mean?
Yes. And I'm like, oh, I'm not even kidding. I'm probably going to watch that tonight. I love Jurassic Park. Like, but there's so many, I mean, The Goonies, E.T., in the original Indiana Jones movies. There's something thrilling and fun. I mean, I think a lot of our generation gets it too from animes and stuff, like Studio Ghibli movies, where it's fun and it's whatever. And somehow they have an emotional impact that doesn't necessarily require you to confront your own deep, complex issues. And so many of like the art house films and the indie films nowadays, they are trying to resonate with you on a personal level. And
Which is why I like them.
Yeah, and I'm like, and when they succeed, I don't want to watch it again. Like, it was good for what it is. That's great. Now, but it's supposed to be entertaining. Like, I'm supposed to be having a good time too.
Yeah, I don't want to confront that part of myself right now.
Yeah, and like, I didn't think that I was going to have to think super deeply about me and blah, blah, blah's relationship. Like, that's great. And I'm like, I just want dinosaurs. I just want some fucking dinosaurs, man.
What's the equivalent of Jurassic Park now? Like something that you could think further about, but like if you just watch it as face value, you get pure entertainment.
I don't know. They don't really like doing that nowadays.
It has to be either or.
Yeah, for the most part. Well, I mean, like, it seems like it really is either or. I wonder, because I mean, I wonder if you went back and like read some of the original scripts before they were totally changed to be fully entertainment. There probably was some kind of deep whatever. I mean, there's probably some depth in a lot of the Marvel movies. They're just so fast. It feels like a drug that I'm like, I'm not into these. Like, the pacing is ridiculous. Like, the editing isn't amazing. I don't know the soundtracks. They're just kind of whatever. And you have to watch a million of them to be caught up. What do you think?
Well, I think part of it is also like the writing isn't there as much. Like when I'm watching some movies, I just don't believe the characters, that they're like real people.
I don't know if that necessarily, like, I don't necessarily need this person to be a real person. I just need you to make me believe that this person is real. Jack Sparrow is over the top. That is an over the top character. But you're making me believe that, like, in the world that he inhabits, he could be real.
Yeah, that's what I'm referring to.
You
like
know?
when I'm watching the characters on screen, I'm like, well, this is an actor acting that part. This isn't like the character.
Yeah, where you're like, you're not finding the role, you don't give a shit.
Yeah, and I think that really, like, for me, derails the movie, because then I'm just like focused on that. I'm like, well, it takes me out of the immersion.
Oh, totally. But I don't know, man, because I feel like a lot of the modern actors just get it because of their popularity and not necessarily because of their talent.
Definitely.
Yeah, you know, like, you have 1 million followers on something, so you get this role.
Yeah, as well as what we were saying earlier, how people, like, the Hollywood just wants to get the big actors to try and get those butts on the seats, you know what I mean? But
I mean, yeah, but I mean, like, look at the ones that they're trying to make big actors now, and it's like, what the fuck is going on? I understand how baby Drew Barrymore, like, if you go back and you watch her early work, you watch E.T., you watch stuff like that, she's incredible. You're like, I can't believe that this 5-year-old has this amount of control over her emotions and over the environment, and is hitting the comedic points and is hitting her lines, and that's incredible. Macaulay Culkin, like 4, 5, 6. How are you carrying that amount of emotional depth and that amount of whatever, you're finding your character, you are doing it, you're amazing. And then you see somebody twice their age, 3 times their age, that it's like, I don't even believe you.
Mhm.
Like, you yourself are a character.
Yeah, she's basically playing Awkwafina, but like in whatever
In
role
all
she's
the
in.
movies.
Yeah. I think she has a unique voice, which might be why she keeps getting like all these roles.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah! Oh, I love gambling. This is awesome. These people are so posh and snobby. They're snotty. I'm gonna be real with you, all right? I'm not like the best dragon.
I mean, I got it with some of the people back in the day where you'd pick them because they had a unique voice.
Mhm.
Somebody like Gilbert Godfrey, like the guy who did Iago's voice.
I can't take it anymore!
Super unique voice. I understand why you cast him. We could also pick the guy who does Kronk, who does Joe Swanson.
Got you covered.
He has that very specific voice and he is cast because of that very specific voice. But even still, he's acting. Like, you know the difference between Kronk
Oh, right.
and Joe.
I needed that boost today.
Like, they aren't the same character. Same voice, not the same character. I don't know if Seth Rogen even has the ability to do that.
Mhm.
And Awkwafina is just Awkwafina. Seth Rogen is just Seth Rogen.
Mhm.
Like, you aren't a voice actor. And honestly, hearing you do the same voice for everything with the same character for everything is just, it's like James Corden frustrating.
Hakuna Matata. It ain't no passing craze.
You look like this. I'm amateur.
What do you mean? They like it. That's what they came here for.
His voice fits well as like the dumb guy. They're picking the roles for him correctly.
And I guess, I don't know, because like, I get that Scuttle, because like, that's the main voice role that I really know her from.
I remember.
And I guess Scuttle's kind of annoying. He's originally voiced by Buddy Hackett,
Mermaid off the port bow!
who was like this old school comedian. And he did also have that unique kind of grating old band voice, which I find very charming. Like, it's annoying, but also kind of charming. And I'm like, I think that fits really, really well. And I think they just played up the annoying side of Scuttle. But I feel like the way Awkwafina played it was, I'm an annoying character, I'm gonna be obnoxious, my whole aim in life is to be obnoxious.
Sometimes with those kinds of roles, it's hard to tell if it's like the actor's fault or like the script that they're working with.
Or the director.
Or the
Because I mean,
director,
she
true.
could have been told to like play up all of that. And I'm just blaming her because she's the big name attached to it, because I
Yeah,
don't even know who directed it.
but I've heard Awkwafina in a few other things, and it's like a very similar character that she's playing essentially. So like, I can't really blame it on the script or the director if it's like in multiple movies the same issue. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I could kind of blame it on the script and director if they're hiring her to be her. And so it's like, it's kind of you guys' fault. I mean, it's not really her fault for getting the job, for just getting employed and then doing what they wanted her to do. Anyway, we should probably end it on like a positive note at the very least.
Yeah.
Favorite modern movie? Like,
Hmm.
favorite movie that's come out in the last, I don't know, let's say 5 years.
Give me a sec. Do you have one off the top of your
No,
head?
I'm like, I would be playing Jeopardy music. I'm like, my question should be the opposite. So that hasn't come out in the last 5 years, which would be a lot easier for me.
Honestly, I'm gonna go with a horror movie I really liked.
Controversially,
Evil Dead Rise.
Joker, Wale Adu. No.
No.
Wait,
God,
what is
no.
it?
I liked Evil Dead Rise. I remember seeing that in theaters.
I thought you were gonna say tarot and really fuck up everybody.
Yeah, Evil Dead Rise was a good mix of like just straight up gore and horror throughout, so it was very enjoyable all the way through.
Interesting. I don't know if I require gore or horror from any of my horror, or I'm sorry. I require a little bit of horror.
For your horror?
Yeah, but I don't know if like, gore is necessarily like if it's like Martyrs, where it's like you need that, it's part of the story, then okay. But I mean I can like something like Funny Games even more than Martyrs, and there's not I don't even remember if there's a lot of blood. No, there is one scene. There's one scene where there's like the husband gets punched in the face. But there's really not a lot of blood or gore and it is so tense and uneasy the entire fucking time. Like, I love that.
Yeah, I think part of the reason why I like it so much is because I saw it in theater. There's not that many movies that I watch like in theater. And then the cheese grater scene, there's a scene where like the mom is attacking and she gets like a cheese grater and like I haven't seen anything like that in a movie before. So I was just like, wow, that's badass. So it was just fun throughout.
I feel like there's another cheese grater scene, like a famous one in a horror film.
Oh, are you about to tell me?
Yeah, I'm like, I can't. I'm not thinking it.
But you can't run away from this. What's your favorite movie in the past 5 years?
In the past 5 years, this is horrible because I have no idea.
Does it have to be something you like?
A movie, or can I pick a series?
Come on, it has to be a movie. There's no way.
Oh man, I'm like, if I was so allowed to pick Arcane, I would pick Arcane. Like, it's the best series I've seen. The second season slaps. Oh my god, yes. I don't know. It would probably be when did the first Knives Out come out? Was that 2019 or was that 2017?
I think 2019. Yep.
Okay, then I'm picking Knives Out. I'm picking the original Knives Out.
There you go.
Oh my god, I love that one. I really liked Glass Onion too. I've watched that ad nauseum, but those are the kind of movies that, yeah, you can. You know what? There you go. That would be a kind of movie where it's like action, but you could actually think deeper about it if you wanted to. But you could also shut your fucking brain off and just like enjoy the ride. And I'm like, I like that you could do both with something like that, like for entertainment wise. Don't get me wrong, I'm an art house fan. But I've also been the idiot that's put on art house like during a family gathering, you know, like, oh, the family's all together, let's throw on some, 8.5 from Fellini. It's such a bad idea.
You just start getting booed.
Oh my, no, everybody just fell asleep. Or they just like left the living room, like slowly left the living room and like weren't around it. And I should have known because I actually had a friend in high school that would do similar stuff. He was also like kind of a snobby film buff in high school. And he loved really, really esoteric, like Eastern European films. And so he would, I remember, I think it was his 16th birthday party. He put on something just like ridiculous. I don't remember what it was. It was like a Czech impressionist film or something like that. And it was the most unapproachable thing. He put it on his projector, like in his living room, like huge projector that would come down, projected it for everyone, had the surround sound with the speakers. Everybody either went into the backyard or just left.
Oh.
And it was so fucking, like, I mean, it went from like 30 fucking people to maybe 10. Good way to clear a room. It is a good way to clear a room. People just do not like it. They can't get into it. They fall asleep. They don't like reading subtitles. The whole nine. So some of the modern, American kind of leaning art house films, I can see why they're popular because at least you don't have to read subtitles and they're a little bit more action-based these days.
You said subtitles and it reminded me of a movie, and I checked what year it was, 2019, Parasite. That actually I prefer over Ash vs. Evil Dead.
2019 was a great year for films. It really was. And actually Parasite did like last, surprisingly. Like people still like mentioning Parasite and Bong Joon-ho and stuff, which is amazing because I mean,
and that was one of those movies that's like deeper, like
it's art. It's art housey and it's very cool and it's in a foreign language. So everything it's got every formulaic way to like fail.
Yeah.
For an American audience, and it just did so well. So I just don't think the formulas are working the way they used to anymore. Yeah, there are some modern films that I'm like, okay. Anyway,
I mean that felt pretty good,
Yeah, I think that's for our first episode, folks. If you made it this far, thank you for listening.
Thank you for visiting over at the Big Eye.
Hopefully we'll see you again next time on Big Eye Rewind. This has been Jane the Brain
and Ash Maker.
See you next time.